Thank you, everyone. My presentation is called this Reservoir Performance Profit, which, as Saban already introduced, I came from an oil and gas background. I mean, worked for lots of projects which needed this oil and gas production data forecasting. So our traditional way is really just a curve fitting for the history data, then project it into the future. After this data analysis class, I was thinking, let's try this in another way by using the machine learning to see whether there's opens more, opportunities or accuracies for the forecasting. So what? Who really need this this service or this product? First of all, is the companies, oil and gas companies managers who is in charge of doing this annual budget planning, because they want to know how much money we're gonna project to get next 3 years or 5 years. Then they needed to know how much expense they hiring new people. Do they need some more people, or buying new field, asset? Of course, this prediction work also will be showing in the annual report of the company's annual report presented to the shareholders, to make them continuously invest on the company. Most of all, this engineers who works on this daily monitoring the reservoir performance, they need this to be able to see how our projection is and how I can work on the area to improve, to enhance the oil recovery, to increase the value of the company in other things. And also the engineer is the one in charge of writing the field development plan. Normally the company needs this plan every 5 years or 3 years. In this plan you have to see what's going on in next 5 years. Our production. Is this okay?
Get one screen at a time.
Yeah. And then, why we need this service? So why this is different than our traditional way of doing this forecasting? So, I tried this. Actually, at the very beginning, I don't know this. While I doing this, I found out this is a unique way by doing machine learning to give you a much more accurate prediction. So our traditional way is just the curve fitting. So if you have a real data which is juggling, in a periodical way, we just fit with that. So with the trend line, that's what we normally do. And also when the data is really big, however, in the past we don't have much really that huge data. But right now, since they are getting the data frequency really small, you get tons of data. If you just use, you are not moving to the cloud, you crash your computer. So you really needed to do something over the cloud or something. And also the traditional way to display the data is kind of in a hard way. The interactive data plotting, we needed to really find something easier to build, to visualize, to analyze our data. So this service I'm gonna present is gonna, you can see this is really from my calculation. So this data, actually this is a gas production data from a real field. They are doing this up and downs periodically. So the fit is really go through every single up and downs rather than just feed a trend line over there. So you can see this prediction in the future is going to be much accurate than the traditional way to feed just by curve fitting. Of course, in this service, we run everything in the cloud. You can see actually I run in the Amazon SageMaker. And also I use a way to display our results interactively. So solve that.
Like the outliers are very asymmetrically.
No, this is a well name. You click on this, they display the well production data.
Yeah. I was looking at
the
the
well
top,
location.
at the top graph. Looks like your outliers are always asymmetrically down. If the black points are the
Which one? Which one?
top graph.
This one?
Top graph.
Oh, this one.
That one, yeah. So the outliers are always asymmetrically down, right? Yeah. But our prediction error is symmetric around the center point.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that phenomenon?
You mean this one? That could be from the field, measuring device, could be, I don't know, the human error, it could be, We, as long as we fit in this trend, we will be satisfied. I guess. There's always those outliers, like you said, through the whole history. By the way, this is 35 years of gas production rate history. And how this product works? First, we get the data. This data is from a real field, from my consulting work years ago. And then we first check the data, clean the data, for example, and then we feed the data with a time series model. We have a monthly production data and a daily production data. You can see the monthly production data is relatively small. We can handle probably in a laptop, but the daily for 35 years, that's like 10,000s of record. I mean time record. So if this one run your laptop, you're gonna crash. So this has to be run in the cloud. Then we go to we use the last 3 years of history data to be the test data. So we fit our model with the first 32 years, for example. Then the last 3 years, then we do the prediction. Then use this real data to test our model to see the accuracy. And then of course, the cloud computing is there, I already said. So the execution timeline is we started on November 12th. So we are started thinking about what kind of project we can do feasibly in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, something like that. So we made a design, then we clean the data, then we fit a model. We go through the model, the cycling, a couple of times. So we build the model, we maintain, deploy, and then to check the data to improve, and then we display the results. Then today is the December 5th. We are trying to make a story. The process flow is also the regular traditional way of workflow for the data analysis. You gather the data from the oil and the gas field as real data, and then you clean them, you make them, you do the transformation. You're trying to, make the noise or outliers normal distributed before you fit your model. So then you transfer the data back, and then you select the machine learning algorithm. In this case, I used Facebook Profit as the algorithm to fit the data. Then you look at your results. You display your results by using Tableau. I'm selected Tableau to display the results. So I'm gonna show you guys a live demo on this. So I think Zhang said we should have a live demo on the Jupyter Notebook. Nobody did that. I'm gonna show this. So this is the AWS SageMaker. So I already have this running. So then you create your notebook. Then you put your see, I have this two notebook here. One is the daily data, another one is the monthly data. So showing this field all your gas and water production. So I'm going to show you the daily one. So first, of course, this is using Python and then pandas, you know. So you load data here. My data is really stored in S3, the storage of AWS, and then without a mouse, it's really hard. You can see this data has like 10 million, more than 10 million record. And this is the data looks like. You can see even though there's oil volume, and then they're showing object rather than float or something. This is something you needed to change, you needed to clean, you know. And then here you can see I have a well, almost 3,000 wells, and then I have about 10,000 time record, different record. So now you change the time to the pandas daytime format, and then you got this, and then you select the columns you really need. In this case, I selected date, well name, oil production rate of gas, water. So then I change those columns from an object to float, and then here I aggregate those group by date and aggregate all this oil production rate, gas production rate, and water production rate. Now this is the field data. You can see from about 35 years this is a gas. This red is gas. I mean the red is oil. This is gas, and then this purple one is water production from the ground. So you can see the money maker is this red and gas, right? Oil and gas. Water is useless. Then you install the Facebook Profit in the SageMaker. Actually, I just opened it. When we started this presentation, it's not loading. I also have to reinstall it again. I was I said, come on, if it is not working, then there's no aha moment for me, huh? It's gonna be moment. So now you load your rates separately. You display them separately. Now you can see better. This is the oil production rate. By the way, the unit is a standard barrel per day. Standard barrel per day. And then this is millions of square feet per day. This is gas. And this is water, also standard barrel per day. See, you can see this is definitely a arrow. And then there's all this drop. This is the nature of the real world, the data, real data. You will not get any data like a very clean thing.
If you cut those, actually eliminate the outliers before you gave it to the training?
Well, I do the transformation. Yes, I do the transformation. Now I cut the last 3 years as a test data. I reserve them, so that's the last 3 years data. See, sometimes the job is not really this real data. Sometimes it could be, so it's hard to say. Only that one, the really top, that one I can eliminate for sure. But this, you may not be something you want to just ignore.
So why is the water production rate relevant in your field?
Well, in the case of water production, you need to process, right? There's so many water. How are you going to process them? You cannot just, you have to, inject them back to the ground, or, this is also a money thing. So we want to look at it. Or we wanted to trying to, for the engineer to prevent the water to be produced and produce more oil and gas. So we want to see where we produce too much water, what we can do about it. Yeah, that's why water production also important. Now in this history match, I mean I pretend to say history match, but here is the training data. We decrease by 3 years.
Dr. Jiang?
Yes. 5 minutes. Okay. And then this is the transformation. I do the log transformation. And then, what is this? Let's keep the original data. Then there's some data is negative. You need to clean them. Then you need to change the column name to this DS, Y, and Y. This is to be comply with the profit API. You have to change to that before you run the profit model. You run them, you fit with your history data, then you said, hey, how many years I want to predict? So this is 3 years. And the frequency is day. So then you run, you predict your future, and then this is the results. Without a mouse, it's really hard. Okay, so now you can see this results. This is the oil production, and then you have this trend line, which is the traditional way we do the thing. Now you have this yearly seasoning effect on this thing, and then the weekly, you can see always on Wednesday they are up somehow, and then this is the gas.
Oh, it's hump day.
Yeah, this is the gas. See, this is the one I show you that why gas has this so neat periodical effect. It's because the gas has this expand on the hot days, on summer. In winter they compressed the volume. So that's why they display this. So it's really an algorithm can have this seasonality to capture this effect. It will be very best fit over here in this scenario.
So do you know if the prophet is using some kind of Fourier series to detect that?
Yes, yes. Prophet is a addictive regression model.
I'm sorry?
Additive regression model. They have several components. Seasoning is one of them, and then another one is holiday. You have holidays. If you have another data, you can import it. They will also consider the holidays for the effect. And then we have this. This results is not very important. Now this is history match results. You can see the last 3 years, which is here, is matched pretty well on the oil, and the water is a little off. And then we can save the data. We can run this. So I'm looking at this error. This is called the weighted forecast percentage. So we have a less than 20% on oil error, and for gas we're doing really good, 3.7. That's really because the seasoning we are capturing, I think. And then the water is also 17%. It's fairly okay, less than 20%.
What
So
would you expect with traditional techniques?
traditional, I think 25-ish. I'm gonna quickly show you one more thing before we go. So I display. I'm
From your
sorry.
domain, is it like, what is the impact of 5% error in a field like yours?
Wow. You can so many times if you do the prediction, your manager come to you and said, "Hey, can you move that curve a little bit upper for the oil production? because we need a little bit more money. I mean, if you move that curve a little bit, that's millions of dollars. If it's not billions, depends on how big is the field. Okay, let's put it that way. So this is display the whole field data for Tableau by using Tableau. I'm going to quickly show you this dashboard. So you can see I have an interactive dashboard. If I click any well, it will show me the well location and also the production rate. The green is oil, the red is gas, the blue is water. I don't know why the resolution is this. And another dashboard I created by using Tableau is this. It's this movie. You can click, and then they will show you well by well the production rate. It's almost 3,000 wells. You can see all of this, interactively. That's all I have. If there are any questions.
You can only predict the entire field, right? You can't go well by well to make well by well decisions.
I can, but how automatic to do that? That's the thing. If you have only few wells, I can do one by one. But if you do thousands, you better find a way to automate this whole process.
So do you have to train each well separately if you want to do well level prediction?
Change wells separately?
Train.
I think so, yes. Different well has different shape of production. Yeah. For the field, I think once I have trained, I can use it. But for the well, you better, train different well by different model. Their shape is different.
So what's your learning moment?
My learning moment is the one I showed you, the seasonality.
Yeah.
They capture that. That's not a traditional oil and gas engineer has been dealing with. They ignore that. They just curve fitting. This thing can fit much better.
Yeah, so instead of curve fitting, you can run
in the cloud. That's another moment. Yes.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And, we're done.
Thank you.
So Jiang was the last guy standing between us and wine. So Jiang, sorry, no pressure. Let me turn this off. Give me just a second.